Hey, what's going on, everyone? What is a bogan? A quick guide to Australia's working class. From what I know, and I won't pretend to be an expert by any means on what a bogan is, I think we've seen a few videos with, at least in the title, people were described as bogans. I think a corollary would potentially be, well, in Canada at least, like a redneck, hick, trailer trash type thing. I don't know. It seems like, I don't know how much of a pejorative it is. How, like, it seems like it's not, like, you don't want to be described as one, really. A person of low learning, a person of lacking knowledge, ignorant person. You guys give your definitions on what it is. And like I said, this will be a good little refresher. Let's hop into it.
Everybody in Australia hates bogans, and nobody wants to be called a bogan. But
Does everyone in Australia hate bogans? Hate's a strong word. Hate leads to fear. Fear leads to...
is it even a bad thing? What actually
Anger.
is a bogan? The dictionary definition of a bogan is an uncouth or unsophisticated person, regarded as being of low social status. But what the fuck does this actually mean?
That could pretty much be everybody except the political and financial elite.
I barely understand half the words, let alone a bogan. Poor old bogans have been the punching bag of Australian society for decades. But where does the word
What in the Ronald McDonald is going on there? There's a bunch of orange clown Oompa Loompa Ronald McDonalds. That's what they look like to me. Where is it? I want to see it.
does this actually mean? I barely understand half the words, let alone a bogan.
God
Poor
damn
old
it.
bogan. Dictionary definition of a bogan is an uncouth or unsophisticated person, regarded as being of low social status. But what the fuck does this actually mean? I barely
Yeah,
understand
what does it
half the words, let alone a bogan. Poor old bogans have been the punching bag of
Look at the Oompa Loompa Ronald McDonald's. Poor old bogans. Yeah, they've been the punching bag.
Australian society for decades. But where does the word bogan actually come
Yeah,
from?
I'm
Like
curious.
most interesting Australian terms, it comes from the Aboriginal language, likely the Wiradjuri or Neanderthal.
Wiradjuri.
The term bogan meant the birthplace of a notable headman of a local tribe. This meaning led to the naming of a river in New South Wales to be the Bogan River. Meanwhile, Sydney had developed into the largest city in the nation, the richest people living on the coast to the east. As the city grew, the suburbs expanded further inland to the west. These western suburbs were home to more blue-collar workers, and in more recent years, large amounts of immigrants who could afford to live on the cheaper land. The rough and knockabout characters of the western suburbs came to be known as Westies. If a person's behaviour, actions, or possessions aligned with characteristics of a stereotypical Westie, the residents of eastern Sydney would be quick to call them the derogatory term. But sometimes the Westie may be so much so from the western suburbs, they may even be as far west as the Bogan River, and thus a bogan. So the question then remains, what are the characteristics of a bogan? Let's split the stereotypes into 4 categories: clothing, behaviour, cars, and occupation. Clothing starts with gimmicky
I'm guessing more like blue collar workers.
warm clothing items such as hoodies, Ugg boots, or moccasins. Clothing brands associated with cheap department stores like Kmart or Big W, such as Mambo, Everlast. Blue collar threads such as blue singlets. Flatty!
I'm guessing if any of you have seen Trailer Park Boys, I'm just picturing Ricky. I just saw a Ricky shirt just in a recent slide there. So I would say, would the Trailer Park Boys be considered bogans? Canadian
Yo,
bogans.
high-vis fluoro, eh? International holiday souvenirs such as Bintang singlets from Bali, Muay Thai shorts from Thailand, sportswear worn casually such as sports sunnies, board shorts, footy jumpers. Cars can range from Holden Commodores, Ford Falcons for the supercar-loving bogans, to cheap Japanese cars falling apart such as Camrys or
Nothing wrong
Magnas.
with
For the
that.
more rural bogans, perhaps an old beaten-up farm ute such as Rodeos, Navaras, or even something niche like Protons or Subaru Brumbies. Occupation is a bit of a touchy subject. The stereotype
Seems like quite a generalized term, I would say. Quite a wide blanket could be set. Or, you know, there could be people that are rich and that they still dress and drive cars like bogans. I don't know. Occupation, let's get into it. Unemployed on welfare payments. Okay, that's very Trailer Park Boys.
Type of bogans is they may be unemployed on welfare payments, colloquially known as the dole or Centrelink. If they are employed, they might be a contractor working only for cash in hand for tax efficiency, or they may partake in a range
for tax efficiency. That's one way to put it. I like that. Cash only.
Of local jobs,
what are
such
Woolies?
As working at Woolies or Coles, local pubs, rural supply stores. Behaviour, well, they love their drinking and their punting. Favourite alcohol depends on which state the bogan's from, and whether
celebration
they like
of
spirits. The gambling
alcoholism.
could be on the horses, the dogs, the good old-fashioned poker machines. Bogans can often be caught hooning their favourite supercar variants, forward driving their favourite off-road vehicle. Bogans also love their hunting and their fishing. I could list bogan stereotypes all day. But before we go any further, I want to address this one question. Is being a bogan actually a bad thing?
That's what I was wondering.
When calling someone a bogan, there are usually two intentions people have. The first is they're being derogatory, meaning they wish to paint the individual in an unsavory light. Bogans are sometimes placed in a basket of being discriminatory towards race, gender, sexuality. Being called a bogan in this derogatory manner is obviously unfavorable. The second intention is usually just to do with banter, taking the piss. You're calling someone a bogan to tease them about a bogan trait they've temporarily displayed, but no hard feelings are at play and no one is too offended. In the first circumstance, you can see how being a bogan comes with a negative connotation, but in the second, being a bogan can be...
I'm guessing, yeah, I probably do or have done a lot of bogan activities in my life, I would say. I'm guessing my small town Canadian upbringing, but I don't know.
A bit of harmless fun. But what I want to delve into are those proud bogans. Those that are happy to self-identify as a bogan and take it in their stride. This could be related to a sense of nationalism, but generally Australians tend to be less patriotic than other countries. So I think there's something more we're missing here. Instead, I see the self-identifying bogans as those who just love a carefree, laid-back lifestyle, enjoying watching sports, eating takeaway or pub meals, drinking, punting, thumping the SS ute into the sunset. Not only can bogans be relatively harmless individuals, they can also represent a unique slice of culture that has spawned among...
Hey, it's Kath and Kim. That's from Kath and Kim, I should say. Kath and Kim were bogans? It seemed like it was like suburban, normal people with normal problems.
Amongst Australians. It also needs to be noted that many bogans make up those that keep our societies and communities running. Volunteers at local fundraisers, farmers markets, op shops, sports clubs often fall into the bogan category. Without these people, many small towns and suburbs would fall apart to either nothingness or gentrified concrete jungles respectively. Bogans are sometimes defined as uncultured, unsociable, derelict beings. But this would be unfair to the friendly working class people who have found ways to enjoy the smaller things in life. Now you know what a bogan is, and you're ready to start throwing around the label to anyone you see fit. But remember, what you're really trying to say when you call someone a bogan.
I still kind of don't know what it means, but I definitely enjoyed the video. I'll probably take home the point that he made about bogan being at once a potentially derogatory term, as well as a, statement of pride. Proud to be bogan, or proud to be a bogan. Interesting. Still quite a large blanket, I'd say you could throw over it. A lot of different subcategories of bogan, I guess. Still don't really get it. But cool video though. I enjoyed it. Pretty funny. I really enjoyed the Oompa Loompa Ronald McDonald's. They're probably gonna haunt my dreams tonight, but hope all you guys are doing fantastic. I'm gonna do a little rappity rap. It might not be the time for it, it might not be the time for it, but screw it, let's do it. Let's find it. Audio library. Find a little rap song. I feel like rapping today. Maple. Let's find a beat. Break Your Neck. Kind of sounds like Protect Your Neck by Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, for a song title. Hey. You better protect your neck. I really mean no disrespect. You better protect your neck. I mean this as a slogan. You can call me a bogan. I'm proud, I'm loud, I'm walking, I'm like Hulk Hogan, slamming you down on the floor. I do it different, you can call me your lord, the king. My name is gonna ring through your cranium. I'm in the stadium, I got titanium, a baseball bat, cracked out of the park, just like that. Call me Babe Ruth, I'm like a saber tooth. I'm gonna bite into your neck, hence the beginning of the song. Protect it, you know that I'm in the protectorate, and I grab it, I gotta hold it, creating this magic. It's tragic, you thinking that you could ever hold me or take me down. I know that I go to the top and you're a clown. I'm the best, and yes, I'm in the kitchen making something so delicious that you're gonna wanna have a bite. Despite what you might say, I know that I will feel delight every single day of my life, and I do this right. And despite what you say, you're filled with spite. I can see it in your eyes, you're petrified. If we were in a battle, I'm trying to straddle the beat and figure where I go. I'm trying to straddle the beat and figure where to go. I'm trying to straddle the beat and figure where to